What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, my fighters? I'm One Eye Bright, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 11, Easter eggs, review, recap, breakdown, all those things. So spoiler warning, obviously for the Walking Dead universe as a whole, but did you catch these things? And did I miss anything? So please let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below about this video, the stuff we talk about. We make these Easter egg videos because there are some things that people may have missed, and it's a fun discussion breakdown of the episodes, and we love doing it. But if you love The Walking Dead and you want to support the channel, an easy way to do that is subscribing. It really helps us out. Thank you guys, we truly appreciate it. When we talked about Terminus and the end is the beginning, people, well, I guess the holding, are very similar. Go check out that video to find out more about that. But the episode focused on Wes, and he was in the intro. It was a green background that we saw before with Alicia. It's a little darker, but it's pretty cool when you see these and you go through it and you see Daniel and then Ginny. And it's kind of a cool thing that they do every episode, and they have now for a couple seasons. And I think it's a cool way, if you check it out, you're like, all right, who's this episode going to be about or kind of focus on? I think it's pretty cool. Now we met Teddy. He is definitely the cult leader. He also said he's a mama's boy. And I don't know if this is going to be confirmed that it's his mom, or it's Madison, or just a walker. But what if this was Teddy's mom that he kept as a walker? If it is, it's definitely kind of a callback to the governor with Penny. He's really the only one we saw keep a loved one around that has turned. But definitely Teddy is a weird cult leader. He wears white and lighter clothes where everyone else is wearing blue. You can see the embalmer guy is wearing blue, but Teddy is also wearing blue socks. If you look to the right, that's a bright blue sock that he is wearing. Everyone in the group at the holding is wearing blue, different shades of blue. I mean, just look at it, right? Some have a little different jacket on, but they're mostly wearing blue. And I know some subscribers and people who commented talk about the blue color and what it may represent. But if you think about the armed services in the military of the United States, which military branch comes to mind? I'm personally thinking about the Navy, right? And the submarine. So are they connected with the submarine? Were they crew members of that? Just can't wait to find out, because there's going to be a different spin-off. I think it's like a little short series or maybe an episode, or I'm not sure if it's one or multiple episodes, but they're going to talk about Dead in the Water, where they're going to talk about a submarine, and it's most likely this one. But Riley was the second in command, and he was played by Nick Stahl, who was in the Terminator franchise, T3. And he's one of three characters, well, actors that have been on The Walking Dead. Xander Berkeley played Gregory, he's in T2, and also in T2, as the T-1000, is Robert Patrick. So that's three different actors in the Terminator franchise. And did you know that Gail Ann Hurd was a writer, and she's connected with the first Terminator movie, and she's an executive producer on The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. And I don't know about The Walking Dead World Beyond, but I definitely know The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead she's connected with. So pretty cool stuff. Now Riley calls the walkers posters. And there's been some conversation and I guess debate and really just discussion about why they're called posters. Is it short for composters? Because that makes the most sense, right? I mean, they're breaking down the walker bodies as compost, fertilizer for their crops and their animals. And I just don't know about this. I mean, I know it's fictional, but it's like they're breaking down walkers that are gross. Some of them are embalmed. I don't know about that, but it's a cool concept. Riley definitely records Alicia and the group when he's interviewing them. It reminds me of, it's not the same tape recorder, but of Eugene recording himself with the tape recorder. For some reason, he's like, yes, mission report. I'm going to try and get these walkers out of here. Kind of the same thing with the microphone. And, you know, it's the same, but different. Again, Fear the Walking Dead Season 6 is very similar to different concepts and ideas and stories on The Walking Dead, which again, I'm not hating on there, but I see some similarities, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And so it's pretty cool that they're bringing stuff over. And the artwork was great. I don't know who actually painted this, but the bridge at the bottom left corner of the photo, I guess the center left part of the photo, has a lot of people talking. Is it this bridge that we saw in Season 5 on Fear the Walking Dead? And the whole chaotic mess with them recording stuff with the cameras, and we'll never forget this guy's, oh, I almost didn't make it, bro. And then it breaks and he dies, and you're like, what are you doing? Just run across the bridge, stop recording. Or is it this bridge, the Rick Grimes bridge? None of these bridges look like that, the painting on the wall, but is it a connecting point with The Walking Dead? Because Wes is actually written on the side of that bridge, What does it mean? Way back when we were talking about this on The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead seasons ago. But again, the art was amazing. It was great. Not sure what to make of the wind turbines. Is that what they're using for power at the holding different settlements, or do they take them over? This is just pretty great artwork, and they should turn this into a painting or a picture that people could buy. I think people would buy that. Pretty cool stuff. Alicia burns up the walkers. She drops the match in a very dramatic, awesome, badass way. To me, it reminds me of the kill floor in season 6 with Carol and the Saviors. When she burned them all up, she drops it down on the gasoline. Very similar to what Alicia does in season 6. So season 6 of The Walking Dead. Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead, like I said, the same but different. They burn up people here, but I would assume some of the holding people died as well. A lot of people are connecting it with Madison, and I see the connection point there. The end is the beginning. Madison gave up her life, sacrificed herself so people could get away, but she used a flare and the walkers were coming to get her, and she didn't get away. Carol and Maggie got away, so I just see it being a callback somewhat to Madison. And I personally don't think it's going to happen where Madison shows up. But again, never say never, and we never saw the body. Now, Derek was weird, that's for sure. And he's talking about the condensed milk can that he went to go get. And that's when he was picked up by the end is the beginning people. There's a condensed milk can right there. Is it the same one? Is it a callback to that story? But Wes finds the stuff in the can, and it's definitely a connecting point with the condensed milk. The end is the beginning. The start of him joining this group, and also the Civic Republic military stuff in there. So it's definitely cool to see when stuff comes around, the callbacks, the connections, the foreshadowing. If you want to find out more about the Civic Republic military clues, the A and B, definitely check out the video there. There's a whole more breakdown for a separate video. But Althea has the map overlays, and there's no doubt she's connected with CRM already. She's really the only one on Fear that is. Dwight somewhat, because she's connected with Althea. Did she show Morgan? Did she show anybody? Did she show Dwight? I mean, Wes saw them. Althea saw them. So what's going to happen with Isabel? We know that Althea is going to hopefully find her in season 6. She's going to go try at least, and hope Dwight joins her and they find Isabel. But the callbacks to Beer Lady, again, Dwight is the only one that knows about Isabel and somewhat the CRM. And it's definitely a callback to earlier in season 6 with Althea and Dwight in the funeral home, then the high rise. You know, just coming back around, and it's great. We need that continuity. We need the stories to make sense. We need stuff to be rewarding when we see this and build it up, build it up, build it up. And obviously, the embalmed walker here. This was a foreshadowing moment that we were going to meet Teddy, and the end is the beginning people. It's just clearly that. So is this the first person they embalmed, or one of the first? And then they had to leave. But Dwight said this is around Dallas, where Jenny had them look, so it makes sense and it connects, which is always pretty cool. But we saw more of the embalmed walkers, and my question is, are they really embalming walkers for the purpose of keeping them alive and then breaking them down like stored frozen meat? I mean, I just love this picture here. I was like, bah. But could you really not get sick from the decayed flesh and the breaking down of the bodies with the embalming fluid? Like, wouldn't that do something to them? And I wouldn't trust putting them in the soil after that. But again, it's fictional, so maybe not. Alicia fights with the embalmer guy and she ends up killing him. They fall over the embalming table, which reminded me of an earlier scene in season 6 with June and Sarah and the guy that turned into a walker. They kind of fall over the table, and it just kind of reminded me of that. And they definitely highlighted the red objects all over this episode. Whether you believe it or not, that's okay by me, but it's clearly evident in my mind that you see the red cherry tomatoes and the red peppers and the red food all over the place. And so you clearly saw some sort of connecting point. And I've always said that the red objects are clearly connected with the character that's holding the red object or surrounded by the red objects, or a person that is dearly connected with them. Like Wes has the red cherry tomato on his fork. He's kind of surrounded by red a lot of the time. And when they go to Derek's room, you see the red toolbox. And then there's red tint and color all over the room. I mean, look at the walls right here. There's a red filter on there for sure, highlighting that Derek was going to die potentially, and he did. And last but definitely not least are the signs. Look at the sign next to Alicia. It says danger. So was Alicia in danger? Yes. Well, actually, she is the danger. And then it's faint, but if you look behind Teddy on the box there, it says caution. So obviously, danger for Alicia, caution, don't trust this guy, caution, caution. The signs were highlighting things. They're faint, they're there, but Was it an object by design or not? We're not sure, but either way we saw it. And did you catch these things? Did you agree? I thought it was interesting. Again, maybe I'm reaching, but it's a fun video nonetheless. And that's what it's all about. Entertainment. Some things that we thought of. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. It's all fun. It's all good either way. We love the Walking Dead universe, the Walking Dead community. And Fear the Walking Dead Season 6 has been great. It's probably one of the best seasons of the series. I don't know about all of the Walking Dead universe as a whole, but it's definitely up there as one of the highest rated. I think right now it's the 3rd highest rated season in the Walking Dead universe. But thank you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Stay safe and tell them Daryl.